Hello, beautiful souls, earth angels, empaths, cycle breakers. This is Jill Kempner, angel coach, alchemist, and author of Receiving from Your Angels. And I'm so happy to be here with you for Gems of the Journey. This is day 7. This is the 7th gem. I'm pretty sure I have the date, the numbers right. And yeah, this whole journey, Frequency February, it's just been such a powerful month. Things have definitely unfolded in a slightly different way than I initially intended. However, I am trusting the flow. So the initial idea of these gems of the journey was to share the gifts, the lessons, the medicine, the gems that have come from different initiations that I've went through. And my soul, invited me to do a series of Facebook Lives. And I thought I had the plan. And then right before I was about to go live on the first one, my soul was like, oh, you're going to talk about this. And I was like, wait, what? And you're going to talk about the time between your mom's diagnosis and death, because that's where there was a lot of lead inside of me. So before I go into talking about today's gem, who am I here to serve? I am here to serve highly sensitive, highly intuitive souls, sensitive souls. And when I'm referring to that, I'm talking about the earth angels, the empaths, the healers, the alchemists. Sometimes we call ourselves light workers, who are committed to their own healing, who are committed to following their soul, to being a channel of love. And in this lifetime, are committed to not only being a channel of love, but bringing love, right? Bringing love, finding love, awakening love in every situation. And honestly, a lot of us are tired, right? We're tired. We have parts that are exhausted. We have parts that are tired. We have parts that are worn down. And we're in need of repair. We're in need of restoration. We're in need of relief from that heaviness, from carrying the burden. So I'm opening up a membership this year. I'm so excited about it. The Angelic Alchemist membership was a seed that was planted in my heart by my soul over a decade ago. And I always knew I'm gonna do this, but I had no idea when it was gonna happen. And you know what? This is totally talk about divine timing. I had to go through so many initiations, including my mom's cancer diagnosis and death. And so these gems, I realized, became this time, my commitment to being the alchemist, awakening my own inner alchemist, my commitment to awakening your inner alchemist with the alchemy formula. I had to get my own gems. And the time between the time between my mom's diagnosis and death it was just all lead for me. I was calling it the hardest, horriblest, hellish year of my life. And you can even feel, right, the frequency of that. And then when my soul invited me to do these gems of the journey, I thought I was going to be talking about all the other initiations that I had went through, that I was on the other side of, some being like decades ago. And my soul was like, I think we're going to stretch you out of your comfort zone and start talking about the thing that just happened, that you haven't fully processed, that you haven't fully alchemized, that you haven't fully integrated yet. And I was like, oh, of course. Because, why? I wanted my power back. So today's about getting your power back. And Raziel is here. So what was coming up for me, a lot has unfolded in the past week as we shifted from the snake to the fire horse. Too much for me to list right now. But today, there was another type of activation. You know, when we've got the Mercury retrograde just started. We have a full moon eclipse coming on next Tuesday, 3/3. So we're, and for us, for me, I always seem to feel everything at least 2 or 3 days before the actual height of it. So the full moon eclipse begins, we're in eclipse portal. The full moon eclipse begins on Sunday, peaks on that Tuesday. So I'm like, I'm already feeling it. And so it was a weird kind of morning, stormy morning. All this stuff was happening and rescheduling and, you know, not realizing that I had made a mistake, trying to fit a person in, like all this stuff. And I was like, what is going on? So I took a really long walk to like clear my energy. And what came up was, you know, when I was thinking about my mom and I was thinking about everything that she went through, you know, I realized that time, right, the dash, which obviously was a very difficult, challenging, stress-filled year, was the culmination. This is where it feels so tender. Was the culmination of decades of suppressed pain body. What do I mean by that? My mom was a beautiful, sensitive soul. And she was intuitive. She was an Aquarian. She was intuitive. She was very sensitive, very open-hearted, very loving. And she experienced tremendous hurt that she suppressed, hurt that she shut down, hurt that she buffered from, hurt that she bypassed. Bypassed to survive, suppressed to move forward. You know, there's no judgment. It's like she did what she had to do to get through the day, to get through the week, to get through the year. And that was before my dad died. And because she was so sensitive, here's the gem that I received from my mom. I received a lot of gems from my mom, and that's part of what this is about, right? I can stay in the heaviness of this was such that was a horrible, hard, hellish year, and it's always going to be inside of me. And I am like committed to taking it out of that and getting and glowing up. So me sharing here with you authentically is so you can glow up. You can look at your pain body. You can look at your traumas. You can look at your initiations. You can look at your challenges through the eyes of love. That's my mission. To help you step into the calm, clear, confident you by healing that pain, by getting the gems. So I'm going to keep telling my mom's story because I'm not going to forget the gem. Thank you, angels. So she did not honor her sensitivity. She numbed it. She numbed her sensitivity. She bypassed her sensitivity. She suppressed her sensitivity, which ultimately meant she suppressed her gifts. And she paid the price of doing that. So there's some other piece of that that's coming through. I have a cup of tea here. My mom paid the price of suppressing her sensitivity and suppressing the hurt and suppressing the trauma, suppressing the anger sometimes that came up from all of that. And then my father died. You know, he was murdered. And my mom had to pull herself up from the bootstraps and take care of 2 kids on her own. And she did. You know, she was a warrior. She was a badass. She was she did it. You know, I am in my home in Skokie, glowing up, sharing my medicine, shining my light, because she never gave up on the family. Hello, welcome. Hey, Lauren. She never gave up on trying, you know, to better herself, trying to heal, trying to grow. After my dad died, that's how she got into tarot, actually. She got into tarot to gain insights into why everything happened. And I think that actually, you know, trauma did open up her intuition. But there were just some things that were just really hard for her to process. And she suppressed them. And continued suppression, right? Depression is suppression. So she suffered. Why am I sharing all this? Because the dash happened because of all the other stuff that happened before, right? Like, part of me growing and healing is looking back and seeing, of course, everything we all went through, but seeing the patterns so I don't repeat it myself, and seeing the patterns so I can help other people heal. I just wrote a piece about depression today. I wrote a blog. And so she had severe depression. And I, you know, didn't want my mom to have depression. So I fought it. I fought it inside of her. I fought it with her. I fought it for her. And that was a tough battle for her. But I really think it came from when I reflected and thought about it, prayed about it, thought about, you know, a lot of it came from her, not from her turning down her sensitivity, suppressing her sensitivities, not honoring her sensitivity. That's the gem I got from all of this heartache, all of this pain body, all of this trauma. Was like, she was angry because she was suppressing her emotional, she was suppressing her emotions to get through the day, to warrior through it, to push through it. And it became an unhealthy pattern. She used anger as a protector. She used anger as a defender. She used anger as fuel. Raise your hand if you know anything about that. And it ate her up inside. And unfortunately, that was the person she presented as a lot to people, was an angry person, a stressed out person, a worried person, a fearful, anxious person. But she wasn't. She was intuitive. She was wise. She was so loving. She loved Dylan and I so much. And I think that's a lot of why I am who I am, because, you know, she didn't feel loved as a kid. She didn't feel loved. She didn't feel seen. She didn't feel honored. And I'm not shaming her parents, who are both on the other side. I hope they're all working it all out up there, you know, or her siblings who are still all alive. I'm not shaming any of them, but my mom felt shamed. She felt ashamed of her gifts, of her differences, of her uniqueness. You know, she wasn't allowed to shine. And so she suppressed from, I mean, who knows when she started suppressing, but she was suppressing. She used to talk about sucking her stomach in and always holding her stomach in. And she was like, I always have to hold and she was such a tiny little thing. Always sucking it in. And she would always say, I suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't healthy. And she ended up getting bile duct cancer. You know, from the massive amount of suppressing. And I'm sure there's other reasons, you know, there's all reasons we can have cancer. I'm talking about the emotional and mental, from my observation, from my lived experience of my mom for, I don't know, 40 something years. I can't remember. I should remember how old I was when my mom died. 42, 43, something like that. But anyway, I'm going to shift into the activation, but I know there's a reason. You know, this is messy right now. You know, I don't have all the answers. I just know I was really activated early this morning around depression. And I realized that I helped my mom through it. And I tried to help her through it for a really long time. And another lesson I learned was that you can't rescue anybody. You can't carry their burden for them. Well, you can, but you're not helping them. You're not helping them transmute it by carrying it for them. So I tried to carry, I tried to rescue, I tried to save her from it. I tried to do every single thing I possibly could in my power. And ultimately, right, you were the keeper of your mind and body. No one can live your lessons for you. And that was a hard lesson for me to learn, that I can't save anybody. Because bet you me, I tried. With all my heart and all my might and all my tools. I tried. And so that's a gem I'm taking is, you know what, I tried. I never gave up. I never gave up on my mom. We fought. We disagreed. But we always came back together in love. And so, you know, one of the gems I received was, you know, to honor my sensitivity. That my sensitivity is a gift, that my sensitivity matters. I matter, my light and my light body, my heart, my mind, my heart, my spirit, my parts, my aura, every part of me matters. And I am so grateful, Mom, for you teaching me that through the contrast. I wish it was different for my mom. And I'm not saying there weren't moments of joy and more. I mean, she loved her grandkids and she loved being a grandma. She was Mima. And there were many moments of joy and goodness in her life too. So yeah, I learned that you can't save anybody. Better to glow up. Better to get all your power back and take care of yourself. Taking care of yourself is actually helping other people. So that's what I did. You know, I was like, you know what? She's not taking my advice. She's not doing the thing I told her to do. I'm like, I guess I'll just do it myself. Let me take care of me. So, yeah, it's still not, you know, it's sort of like the gem. Right now it's like a gem that's coming out, but it's all still dusty and dirty. You know, it's not polished yet. You know, that's kind of how I feel this gem is. But that's okay. As I was deciding between Haniel and Raziel, but I had chosen Raziel to do the activation. And then as I'm sitting here, I feel Haniel here. And funny, I'm so, well, she's iridescent blue light, but I feel like I have her. So she's here. Haniel is here. Raziel's like backup player. Oh, they can all be here. Love all the angels. Like, why would I only choose one? Hello, multidimensionality. So, and let me just tell you something else. You know, I could have hidden today. I could have kept all this inside of me and waited till I felt a little better, waited till I felt a little more alchemized, waited till I felt a little more, I don't know, ready. But the whole point of this was to show up, right? Show up, glow up. And sort of to like in real time get these gems, that there isn't, we're not faking it till we make it. That gems are coming through the conversation. Gems are coming through the honesty and self-honesty. Gems are coming through, yeah, I think it's the honesty, the authenticity. Thank you, angels. So I hope something I shared today resonated with you. Thank you, angels. So before we do the activation, before I get my gem a little bit more glowy and your gem a little more glowy, you know, I want to hear from you. You know, does this resonate? Have you ever tried to rescue someone in your life? Have you ever dealt with depression yourself or someone else who was depressed? You know, maybe you're going through that journey right now on your own. And I often think of, it's often those highly sensitive, highly intuitive souls who can experience deep depression, but it's because of our sensitivity. And if we weren't taught how to honor it, how to tend to it, how to bless it, then we're gonna suppress it in one way or another. So thank you, angels, for that. So, the Angelic Alchemist membership is a year-long membership where we are going to have a monthly healing and healing angel activation. Everything's going to be based on the practices in my book. And my intention is that after every class, after every workshop, you feel calmer, clearer, and more confident. Like, that's what the investment is in. It's not so much the archangels and the practices. That's really great, right? That's the container. But the investment is in your frequency, you stepping into your soul's frequency, you stepping into the angelic frequency of calm, clear, confident. That's what you're investing in. The calm, clear, confident you. And we're going to do that by glowing up, getting the gems. So whatever pain you're experiencing, whether it's physical or emotional pain, there's a gift in it. And if you follow the alchemy formula, right? Invitation plus intention plus R to the third equals alchemy, you're going to get it. You're going to get the gem. So my goal is that you feel calm, clear, and confident after every workshop, and that you have some gem. Now, understand the gem might not come in the class. The gem might come a week later when you're doing the practice, right? So it does take patience, which is part of why I'm taking you on a journey. Journey Jill. Journey with Jill and the angels. Oh my God, I cracked myself up. At least I can make myself laugh is what I always say. So there was another piece of that. So yeah, thank you. I am so excited the angels gave me this idea, and I was laughing with a friend earlier, like, why didn't I think of this sooner? And my one friend was really cute. She goes, divine timing, Jill. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Everything's divine timing. So for those of you who are considering joining the membership, but are still either thinking about it or on the fence or not ready to do the year-long commitment, I'm opening up the first workshop for $44. So you can take just the first workshop, be there for the activation or the replay of the activation, and then you can make the decision. If you, within 72 hours, if you say yes to the membership, I will apply that $44 to the $222. Yes, it is $222 for 12 90-minute monthly healing activations. I know. Low investment, high impact, lots of people, lots of transformation, lots of gems. That's my intention. All right, so let's bring Haniel here. She has an iridescent blue light. She is the angel of sensitivity. And she's going to help you honor your sensitivity, that beautiful empathic part of yourself, seal up your aura. So let's see what she's going to do and help you get some gems, right? So just take a few cleansing breaths. Let yourself just land. Let yourself arrive in the now. Feeling your breath anchoring you into your body, into your heart, and deep into the earth. And invite your soul to be here. She's actually always here, your soul, genderless soul. Sometimes I'll say she. Is always with you, but you're inviting your soul to lead this inner journey because your soul knows what you need to release, what you need to receive, what you need to heal. And then the angels are inviting you to drop your roots, your energetic roots deep down into the earth. So through the legs, through the soles of the feet, through the earth star chakra, all the way down to the heart of Pachamama. Just feel very anchored in the now. Beautiful. And then we invite your A-team, your angels, your guardian angels, the allies, animals, ancestors, ascended masters, and archangels, especially Archangel Michael, Archangel Haniel, Archangel Raziel. We welcome the heart of Source and all the healing angels to be here now. Thank you for guiding, surrounding, directing, and protecting us for our absolute highest good and highest healing. And remembering that you are the keeper of your mind and body. And we welcome only those angels, guides, and earth angels that love you unconditionally. So now that we have, so let yourself feel the frequency of your A-team surrounding you in their love. As you set your intention, loving angels, what are you inviting me to release? What are you inviting me to let go of or surrender so I can step onto my highest timeline, so I can get the gems of the journey? And for me, it's sort of, I just feel like heaviness. Like I feel a heaviness in my third eye, a heaviness in my throat and chest. So that's what I'm releasing. And then what am I receiving? Loving angels, what am I here to receive? So I can heal this pain once and for all. So I can heal this heaviness, this wound, this trauma once and for all. Not only for me, but my whole lineage, right? So just listen and trust. Trust your intuition. And I'm feeling like compassion feels really important right now. Compassion for myself, for my mom, for the journey. So feeling those angels of compassion here surrounding you, me, us. And we welcome R to the third. Relax, release, receive. And Haniel is the angel of emotional relaxation. So she's already here working her magic. So visualize yourself, your aura, your physical body surrounded in an iridescent blue light. And she's already here bringing her sacred angel Reiki symbol and placing it into your clairs, into the physical senses, your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, touch, and into the psychic senses. So Seheke into the crown, Seheke and claircognizance, Seheke into the third eye, and clairvoyance, Seheke into the ears, the clairaudience, Seheke into the mouth and throat, clairfragrance, Seheke into the belly, the clairsentience. And this symbol brings mental and emotional balance. So allow yourself to relax physically, just letting any tension go from the body, letting your breath flow into those areas that may feel tight or congested. And then welcoming emotional relaxation, which essentially means there's room for all of you. Every part, every feeling, every emotion is loved by your soul, by the angels, by Source. And Haniel knows the heaviest emotion for you. And that's what she's bringing to it's like this grief, right? The grief that I carried my whole life trying to help my mom feel better. Like that's what she's trying to clear right now. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. So what is it for you? What part of you is aching, calling to be witnessed, to be loved, to be protected? Oh. Then let your mind relax just for a breath. And it's not, mental relaxation is not no thought, which is impossible almost. It's about letting the breath open your mind to the space between the thoughts where you reside. So I'm feeling a moment of stillness. We welcome spiritual relaxation, which in one word is surrender. We're surrendering. Your angel's inviting you to surrender the pain. Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it mental? Right? Where is that pain in your body? What? Can you release an ounce of it? An ounce of pain. An ounce of heaviness, an ounce of depression, an ounce of anxiety. And welcome the benevolence of the universe, the benevolence of the divine. Welcome a deeper trust in your soul's love for you. Welcome the grace that doesn't make any sense in the logical mind, but creates so much space in the inner world. Just welcome. Let yourself receive. Knowing that we're releasing and receiving at the same time, all of that medicine is here for you. And then Haniel steps in. And she's done this before where she lights the flame of passion in the 13 spiritual chakras. So there's a pilot light in all of your chakra temples. And part of what she's saying is part of the empath protection is knowing that this light is there and it's always there. Your inner glow, I was talking about in my public Facebook page. Public Facebook group, Cycle Breakers. So she's inviting you to tune in to that inner glow, even if it feels very dim right now, dim or dusty or diminished in some way. Tune into that inner glow. As she blesses your 13 spiritual chakras from the Earth Star, lighting the pilot light, good, and the Seheke symbol to the root pilot light, Seheke symbol. This is like creating this massive amount of emotional regulation, emotional stabilization, emotional balance that awakens the calm, clear, confident you. And I just love that. So Seheke into the sacral, lighting the pilot light, Seheke. And it's interesting, she's kind of correcting me. She's not actually lighting it because she's correcting me. It's already lit. but she's saying become aware of it. Oh, be aware of the pilot light. There you go. Say a K into the navel. Ooh, awareness of the pilot light. Say a K into the solar plexus. Ooh, awareness of the pilot light. Say a K into the heart. Awareness of that big, bright pilot light. Say a K into the throat. Awareness of that pilot light. That inner glow. Say a K into the third eye. So for some of you, it's interesting. This is so cool. I've never quite seen this. For some of you, so she's recalibrating your lights because some chakras, she showed me this when I got to the third eye, some chakras are overactive. They're almost flaring, whereas others are like fizzling out. So she's recalibrated. Seihei is like recalibrating all. I've never seen this in my life before. It's so cool. So Seihei into the ears and that pilot light, recalibrating your clairs, your intuition. She is the angel of intuition. Seihei into the crown and that pilot light. Seihei into the causal chakra, the halo and that pilot light. Seihei into the soul star chakra and that pilot light, bringing the soul's frequency into the physicality, and then Seihei to the stellar gateway chakra, the highest point of your aura. And she's saying the soul star and the stellar gateway for many of us are underused chakras, undermined isn't the right word, but just not, there's not enough mind and consciousness there. So she's shifting that for you and everybody who watches this. And then Seihei going into the auric field, physical layer, emotional layer, mental layer, spiritual layer, clearing up, patching up all those leaks, right? Everywhere where we're leaking where we're giving our power away, where we're trying to rescue someone, where we're worried or anxious or exhausted or stressed or carrying someone else's or burden. She's like clearing all that. Michael helping her. And then here's Raziel, just like, okay, get all your power back. He's pouring the rainbow ray into the third eye chakra, and this is like the stabilizing closing into the solar plexus and third eye chakra, the rainbow ray of rejuvenation, of power, of personal power, where you're aligned with your soul's frequency above all else, where you're aligned with the calm, clear, confident you. So let's bring our hands to our hearts in prayer mudra as we seal our innervation. As we begin to seal, Haniel's here, so this is why I love the angels. They always have your back, and she's just inviting you to ask the power question. What lesson am I learning from this pain? What is the deeper meaning of this pain? I'm willing to see the gem, find the gem, polish the gem. I'm willing to get the gem from this pain, this trauma, this initiation. And then we dedicate the healing that we've received today to all our relations in all directions of time. Feeling your angels here bowing to you. Love and devotion and compassion. As we seal our inner journey with a namaste. Oh my goodness, namaste, everybody. You are all so amazing. That was so fun. I'm really enjoying these, so thank you for being here. If this resonated, like it, share your gem. I really want, this isn't about me. I mean, obviously I'm the one channeling these messages and this energy and all of that, but I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you got from the activation, you know, what you're healing. What if you're feeling brave, you can put it in the comments. But if you want to just tell me, you can put it in the, you said you can send me a DM, you know, oh, that resonated with me. This is what I heard, saw, felt. So yeah, first class starts, first workshop is Wednesday, March 18th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Central Time. It's $44 for those of you who want to, you know, experience it, right? If you want to experience it. It is a standalone activation. We actually, in that class, we're going to be talking about invitation, right? Learning how I'm going to give you an invocation. I'm going to give you an angel invitation for you to start saying every day. And I've up-leveled it from the one I was using before. It's simplified, right? Because everything's about simple, slow, simple, soft. And yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for witnessing me. Thank you for your love, your support, your beautiful energy. Thank you for everybody who is already in the Alchemist for the year. And thank you for those people who are on their way. You haven't even met me yet, right? That's why I'm going to open up the first, right now I'm opening up the first workshop. I might open up the first 3 workshops as $44 offerings so that people can just say yes. Like there's just, you know, and you don't have to feel that there's no attachment here, right? It's a safe, sacred, and sovereign space. So, and I also know that I have this awareness from my angels, being the fire horse here, that there's so many people who haven't met me yet. And I want to make it available, the power of the alchemist available to the people I'm here to serve. So I hope that resonates and feels good to you. Join my Facebook group. Join my mailing list if you're not on it. Join my Facebook group. Right now it's called the Angelic Cycle Breakers, but as you can imagine, I'm probably thinking about switching it to the Alchemist, so I'm tuning in, I'm praying about that. Plus, I really like to think of it as cycle dissolvers rather than breakers. That's another kind of up level in the conversation. But yeah, I just dropped my podcasts for, my podcast titles for March. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's so going to be amazing. I'm going to keep doing Gems of the Journey for I don't even know how long. I'm just going to keep doing them as I'm guided. And then, yeah, I've got some really awesome stuff coming up in March. So let's do this. Marvelous March. Miraculous March. I'm kind of thinking I'm doing marvelous. Magnificent March or marvelous March. I haven't decided yet. But I'm thinking about magnificence because we need as many of you glowing as possible, right? Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Happy Friday. Have an amazing weekend. And I will see you soon. Okay, lots of love. Bye.